Welcome fans to the first edition of Inside Raw Metal. Behind me, the officials finish up the course specifically designed for racing, and for the first time, 32 trucks will be competing for the title. Although today is the big event, we have seen plenty of action from the practice and qualifying days. One man sits atop the chart for both, Aiden Val and the Metal Militia. You gotta believe that he is the man to beat tonight. We also have many returning faces, yet also some new ones. World Finals 4 Young Guns Shootout champion Robert O'Neill, this time behind the wheel of Time Flies. He didn't qualify well, but we know he can race. Speaking of the Young Guns Shootout, Tyler Wicklander in Monster Energy earned his spot as the 32nd competitor, shocking everyone in attendance. If he can clean up his laps, who knows what we will see from him. This World Finals has already been full of plenty of surprises. But here is one of the biggest. Carl Mega behind the wheel of Storm Damage, one of the few independents in the field, qualifying P3. He is just another guy to watch. With no buy runs, though, it is truly anyone's game. And now we bring on a special guest. Connor Smith qualified P13. There he is.
What it do?
Okay, so you qualified P13. Finished a little bit higher in practice. You kind of dropped a little bit here, but you seem to have the track down. What do you think? Well, what are your thoughts on tonight's racing, the racing track, just anything?
Well, racing, not particularly my style. Truck handled great, though, through practice and qualifying. Did way better than I thought I could do, and I have pretty high hopes going into tonight.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when you look at your time, it was a 9.716. There's a lot of people that have went faster, but you're still in the upper half. So in your first round race, you'll get lane choice. Which is a big factor for the round one. But we also know from practice that you can go faster. So I feel like anyone else you race, they can't sleep on you.
Absolutely. It's anyone's game. It's really just obviously who gets the better lap time, who is more consistent throughout the entire event. But I think myself and my truck can put down a show if we're running well enough.
Yeah, we're glad to have you, and hopefully, if all goes well, you can walk out with the championship. But like I said earlier, you got 31 other people you gotta go through. But anyway, Connor Smith, Captain's Curse.
Thank you for having me.
And our final guest for this edition of Inside Raw Metal, we have Max Halpert behind the wheel of Gravedigger, one of 4 Gravediggers in the field tonight.
What's going on?
Hello, Max. So you didn't get to run your practice laps. You've got the 2 before, because we're about to qualify you in one of the last minute additions to the field. You didn't get your practice laps in, but you do have 2 before you qualify, and you'll be doing that shortly. Looking at the times, if you have, what are your thoughts on all of them?
Aiden being P1 right now, no surprise, honestly. He's a bad fast racer. He's always been fast. He's been the toughest competitor for me all season on my stadium tour. But, I'm fairly confident going into racing. Taking a look at, the season itself for me, this is probably one of my best racing seasons in a very long time, picking up a few wins. But I gotta say, there's some room between P1 and P2. So if I could just, get into like the 9.2s, 9.3s, if I can just, stay in the moment and run my laps the way that I did last time out here on this track, then I think that I'm gonna have a good shot.
Yeah, and definitely, I gotta agree. This has been your better racing season. When we look back on season 4, racing was honestly kind of eluding you almost. This season, no such thing for that. And even then, season 4, which we could consider your bad racing season, you went all the way to the finals at Vegas. You've been in the finals. You've raced the finals every single World Finals, and you're here at this one as well. So your chances have got to be pretty good. You've got to be one of the almost fan favorites to win it.
That and I like to believe that I'm playing on house money. This is a track that again I've ran so well before. I've won so many championships on it. It's just a track that's been with me for my entire time on here. But I'm just happy to be here. I'm lucky to be here because, as you said, I was the last minute addition. Plans could fall through, things could happen because I was one of the first qualifiers to be announced back before we were even getting near the World Finals. Just
Yeah,
having the opportunity to run with all these guys that I've ran with all season or that I've seen have really good seasons on their respective tours. It's gonna be fun to run with them. Get a shot at that title.
definitely. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Max Halpert, Gravedigger.